Welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where our mission is to provide education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. USA Global TV and Radio connects you with experts and audiences all around the world every single day to help you succeed in business and to live a richer life. Visit us at usaglobaltv.com to learn about career and life-changing training and mentoring programs like the Listening Mentor. Subscribe to our newsletter to stay informed about our special programs and offers. Discover how you can become a guest on one of our shows or a host or producer of a USA Global TV and Radio show of your very own. That's USA Global TV and Radio, where the doctor is always in.
Hello, everyone. A big warm hug, a big warm welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where we provide world-class education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. I'm Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck, and it's my absolute pleasure to welcome you wherever you are in the world, whichever platform you're watching on. Thank you for being here. Thank you for following us. Thank you for spreading the word. Our show today is The Power of Etiquette Manners, brought to us by our wonderful partner, the British School of Excellence, and founder, Mr. Philip Sykes. Today, we have an incredible show for you where we're going to be talking about a number of things, but focusing on etiquette, on personal development, also about giving back and living your life with an open heart. Joining me is the star of our show, Mr. Philip Sykes. Welcome.
Hello, Dr. Jacalyn, and it's what do we say? It's Friday.
Friday.
We are here in full force, and it's Friday already. It seems just the other day we were on screen together. So how are things in your neck of the woods? Beautiful weather?
It's absolutely gorgeous here in Florida. I love the hot weather. So I get in my car and it says 105 Fahrenheit, which seems a little crazy. And things are starting to melt. I have to take my sunglasses out of the car, but it's good. I love the warm weather. So, and I understand it's nice there in London as well.
It's just fantastic. The last few days have made a huge change to everyone's mood and energy. And it's just like turning on a very warm light bulb.
Well, you're looking very well, very dapper as always. And I would like to just welcome all of our new viewers on Roku worldwide, as well as Amazon Fire. I'd love for you to share, Philip, what is the tagline, your strapline, building confidence, changing lives? What does that mean, actually?
We are all about giving you these quintessential tools for life, and they really are. Anyone out there who deems them as soft skills, I really like to turn that around, look at them as hardcore life skills. These are skills that give you the solid footing that you need to elevate yourself into completely another sphere and direction in your life. And I truly believe when you master the rules, you can grow and you can succeed in whatever it is that you would like to focus on. And that's exactly what we do here at the British School of Etiquette and Excellence. We literally give you those quintessential tools to give you that confidence that you need in order to move through life. And no matter what area it might be, and no matter what age you are, this is what we do, this is what we're passionate about, and this is what we're exceptionally good at doing.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for sharing that. And as you and I both know, it seems that etiquette and manners are really the baseline for everything, for how we view ourselves and treat ourselves, how we treat others, how we run our business, how we network, how we collaborate. So thank you for taking the time that you take to help people all across the world.
Thank you. And it really is. It's our why, it's our purpose. And this is why me, my team, we all get out of bed in the morning with such a spring in our step in order to literally take this by the horns and give it everything we've got.
And as we've mentioned before, but for people who are coming to us, always new people, thank you for joining. The people who come through your doors, who take the Train the Trainer program, who actually open up their own location in their country, the lives that they've changed, the way that their life has changed by becoming an etiquette coach is unbelievable. I personally don't think I've seen anything like it on this platform or anywhere else. So before we bring out the incredible guests you brought to the show today, tell us a little bit about the programs you have coming up and how people can get involved.
Right, on our doorstep, we are exceptionally excited because it's going to be our first live Train the Trainer in London since March 2020. And that's obviously 4 years ago, almost 4 years and a few months. We are launching the in-person Train the Trainer here in London in the second week of June. And we currently have 8 students booked on that program. We have a few more spaces left. So if anyone out there has the urge to come to London, or who anyone is based in the United Kingdom wants to join us, please do get in touch with us. It's a 5-day intense program. It will literally change your life. And just yesterday or the day before, having spent the day with the wonderful guest that we have joining us, I went to go and collect some posts. And if I may, it's on my desk here. And I picked up 2 wonderful, amazing thank yous. The first one is, dear Philip and the BSE team, I'm so grateful to have taken part in your Train the Trainer course. The program has exceeded my expectation, and the many inspiring personalities left me feeling beyond elevated. I'm eager to see what the future holds, and I look forward to meeting you in person someday. Truly, thank you for changing my life. And that when you pick up something like that in the post, it just gives me goosebumps from head to toe. And then there's another amazing note to both me and Leanne from one of our students who attended the Train the Trainer not so long ago. And I just can tell anyone out there, this is not just about the power of etiquette and manners. It incorporates so much. It's all about how we show up in life. And we give you these broad strokes, these tools to give you the opportunity to make your own choices and decisions and move in the best direction that you can possibly move in.
Congratulations, Philip. That is fantastic. I also wanted to share with you that handwriting is an art, and to receive a handwritten note or card is just so precious. We actually have somebody who is a handwriting expert who analyzed my handwriting, and he's coming on for a show on Monday. But you basically can change your handwriting if your handwriting is reflecting something in your life that he can tell you about. So I think it's lovely to get a handwritten note, and also to know that our handwriting is also an extension of us and what's going on with us. So.
100%. I travel with a wallet, which is somewhere over here on my desk. Oh, here it is. I travel with a wallet, and I carry thank you cards and beautiful stationery. And this one says Beyond Grateful. And wherever I go in the world, I have a nice pen, and it could be departing an aircraft and just writing a thank you note to the air stewards and the team. It could be the concierge, it could be the chamber person, it could be just someone who's given you something special. And the handwritten, what we call in our organization, is the power of the pen. It is one of the most beautiful things that anyone out there can do. If anyone thinks it's old-fashioned, think again, because how do you differentiate yourself from the general norm and the rabble and the crowd? By doing something slightly different.
You really do set yourself apart, that's for sure. By the way, our guest has disappeared. So while we wait for our guest to come back, I'm wondering, Philip, when we think about writing handwritten cards, because that does make you stand out, do you put your business card in there or any contact information? Do you put just your first name? How do you sign
Great
it?
opportunity to do that. Dr. Jacalyn, we've literally just run out of our branded, the British School of Etiquette and Excellence thank you cards. But it's a great way for you to brand yourself. It really and truly is. Get something beautifully made with your logo, with your branding, with your contact details. You never know where that thank you note or thank you card could land up. And it just leaves that long-lasting impression. And if you don't brand yourself and if you don't promote yourself, you can't expect everyone else out there to be doing that for you. Ideally, we need to create advocates for ourselves, but it starts with us. So think about quality, think about subtly branding a thank you card or thank you note, and having them printed and having them at your disposal whenever you need one.
Actually, I'm going to take you up on that because I have some cards that are old from Rapping with Dr. Jacalyn. I need to refresh and carry them with me because I meet a lot of people. So thank you for sharing that. Something I'd like to discuss, again, our guest is not here yet, but I'd like to discuss the impact of etiquette on personal development. You have something called the Polished Professional. We actually have a clip that we're going to run. What is a polished professional?
Okay, great question. A polished professional is someone who knows how to respect others, who knows how to be punctual, knows how to dress accordingly, knows how to put their best foot forward, just understands the power of etiquette and manners and builds their emotional intelligence. Because when you do that, you can literally take on whatever it is that gets thrown at you. And a polished professional is someone who wants to continue growing, continue learning. And our polished professional, the polished professional, which is trademarked to the British School of Excellence, focuses on 8 intense modules, and it's a hop-on, hop-off course, or you can buy all 8 modules up front. And we will literally take you on a journey from styling through to communication, through to presentation skills, through to body language, through to understanding the actual essence of etiquette and manners. It's not just a list of do's and don'ts. We'll take you into emotional intelligence. We will take you into personality traits and so forth. If anyone is interested in adopting the polished professional and changing your life, please just go onto our website and have a look at the polished professional. It is an impactful course, and as one gentleman who came on the program not so long ago turned around, he said he got 16,500% return on his journey with the polished professional, and he said if that were a stock, it would be on the front page of every newspaper.
Wow, that is powerful, Philip. Very powerful. Let's take a look at the Polished Professional video. Are you okay with that?
Absolutely.
All right, here we go. USA Global TV and Radio proudly presents our partner and sponsor, Mr. Philip SYKES and the British School of Excellence. Building confidence, changing lives. And now, proudly presenting the Polished Professional.
On a transformative journey with the British School of Excellence's comprehensive suite of masterclasses, crafted to elevate your professional and personal life. 8 outstanding modules will elevate you to the next level. Module 1, Exploring Life's Purpose, delves into the depths of self-discovery, guiding you to chart your unique path to fulfillment and success. Module 2, Mastering Professional Presence and Confidence. This masterclass is a deep dive into the art of self-assurance and commanding presence, which is essential for standing out in today's competitive landscape. Module 3, Learn the secrets of visual impact, how to curate a personal style that amplifies your professional brand. Module 4, Mastering Professional Etiquette and Communication Excellence, navigating the nuances of corporate interaction with grace and tact. Module 5, Elegance in Eloquence. We impart powerful techniques to captivate and persuade any audience with your oratory skills. Module 6, Unlock the potential of your emotional intelligence, EQ, and harness the ability to connect, empathize, and lead with emotional savvy. Module 7, Mastering DISC, building a gateway to understanding behavioral styles, fostering better personal and professional relationships. Module 8, mastery in dining etiquette, building your confidence to perfect the subtleties of dining with finesse, enhancing your social savviness at any table. Step into the Polished Professional program where poise, elegance, and excellence aren't just taught, they're instilled for life. Join us to redefine your potential and polish your professional edge.
To learn more, go to thebritishschoolofexcellence.com. The British School of Excellence are investors in people. Let us invest in you. Bravo, Philip. Bravo. I love that. How many times did you have to film it?
Practice. It's all about practice. It really is. It's everything in life's practice. And yeah, as they say, the more you practice, hopefully the better you get. So it does pay off, and you've got to be very, very grounded. You've got to be very patient with yourself. And this is something that you've just got to throw yourself out there and just get on with it. Yeah.
When I think of you, I truly think of a polished professional. And it starts with just the way you dress, your hygiene, the way you carry yourself, the way you speak, the way you treat other people. For people who are out there and they're thinking, and I'm not judging anyone, I'm just saying I'm on my couch. I like to eat my Doritos and I just want to put my feet up on the table and it's too much work. Is it a lot of work to shift into a different mindset of living a life with etiquette and manners?
Hugely. It's a lifestyle choice. It really is. Look, sitting on the couch in a pair of tracksuit pants and a t-shirt, eating your Doritos, enjoying a movie, I do that. Everyone does that. It's fun to do that. But when you come to conducting yourself through life, it is really how are you showing up on a daily basis. Now, being human beings, yes, we have good days, we have bad days, we have frustrating days, we have days where we maybe have a bit of self-doubt, we have days where we can be ultra positive. That's normal. What we tend to focus on in sharing how you can sort of make the shift and change, so how you can circumvent moments where there is that moment of doubt or you trip yourself up. This is what we share in a mindset journey in the Polished Professional, and it is a lifestyle choice, because if you are only showing up in one dimension when you're out and about in front of other people, and then you're a completely different person, and I mean worse, not a very, or not a what's the word I want to say, not being consistent in who you were out there, then that is not being true to yourself. It really isn't. And it's not being fair on the people that you surround yourself with, that love you and care for you. So it is. And these are the skills and the tools that we impart to give you that understanding of how to be present and how to use presence intelligence, and the tools on how to shift your mindset so that when you do show up at home, you can really be present and connect with your loved ones and be a part of your family or whoever it might be a part of. So it is not something like a light switch that you turn on and off. It really is not anything even close to that. And the more you implement the tools, the more it becomes a natural part of just the way you are. And before you know it, it just happens. You just are one of those individuals that seems to be able to confidently walk through all sectors of life.
So beautifully said, Philip. Thank you. How do you find people treat you or receive you in first meeting you? Because you are very polished, very intelligent, very educated. So do people treat you with respect typically?
I find they do, but it's not what I'm searching for. I want to connect with people on a personable level, and I bring a lot of humor. I love joking and complimenting and inspiring people by just paying them a lovely compliment or saying something that will hopefully allow them to realize that I'm not coming in with an arrogant approach on any level. I really do want people to be put at ease and feel comfortable wherever I may be. And obviously I don't dress like this when I go to the beach or to a casual brasserie. I might have a blazer and a shirt, or maybe just an even open collar shirt. But I do make sure that I dress according to whatever the venue is or whatever the event is, because it is how we show up. And I feel what's happening a lot in this world, Dr. Jacalyn, is a lot of people have lost that self-respect. They're not making the effort that they could just put that little bit of extra 10, 15, 20% and give themselves a little bit more love and affection and be gentle on themselves. But not only that, is to understand the importance of what you wear will elevate you as well. And funny enough, my wife and I were watching a television program the other day. It was a breakfast show on the weekend, and a woman that we both know, sort of not a close friend, but a friend that we've met a few times. She is a very top stylist, and she has something, I think she calls it 10 years younger. And she took this really amazing woman who looked but disheveled, and you could see that she'd had a few blows in life, maybe a divorce, and things happen. And it was honestly like seeing a magic wand being waved, just because a professional stepped in and gave this person the right sort of clothing to wear for her shaped body. And she had a very nice figure, changed her hairstyle, gave her that splash of makeup, and built her self-respect. And I think this happens with a lot of people. We get to a certain age or stage in our lives where we forget about ourselves because we're so interested in, or not even interested, we're just so busy running around. Maybe it's with family, maybe it's with elderly parents. I don't know. Things get in our way in life, and we tend to take the focus off ourselves and put the focus onto a lot of other people. And you tend to often find that, I've seen it here at the schools, and no disrespect on any level, parents dropping their children off at school and they haven't taken care of themselves. You think, is that the nanny or is that the mum? And not that the nanny should dress badly or inappropriately, but my point is they've almost forgotten to look after themselves. And this is where we as human beings, the moment we start to care for ourselves and look after what we eat and how we exercise and what we dress in, and the color coordination that we incorporate into our lives, will elevate us to a completely different level, and therefore bringing a lot more confidence.
It's something that you said, it just really clarified something for me, because we have some big schools around here, and I see the carpools and the I don't know, the parents, I don't know who they are, but many times they just look downtrodden and exhausted, and it's only 7 a.m, for example. So there is definitely a shift. I think also because people are judging, and people have a lot to say, even when they should keep their opinions. Well, I shouldn't say should, but keeping your opinion to yourself unless you ask for permission to give it.
Absolutely.
And people are weighed down.
Absolutely. It really is. And I do believe that we should not give up on ourselves. And we should also take note of not listening to other people pushing us down either. I tell you, I'm very blessed and very fortunate. And it rubs off on my son, Harley, because it was actually his 10th birthday yesterday. So it was a very, very proud day, and there's double digits. And we took him, he wanted to go to a little brasserie around the corner, but there he is in his beautiful shirt. He goes and chooses a bow tie. He's got a lovely belt, and he's really polished and turned out. And something that my wife, I'm very proud to say, Kerry, whenever she gets ready for the day, she always walks out that front door looking her best, whether it be going to drop him off at school or going to her office or going wherever she might be going. It's about putting your best foot forward. And that is something we tend to sort of get a bit lackadaisical, a bit complacent with ourselves.
And when that happens, to your point, that can really filter through in a relationship, or even in business or family, etc. So now in your relationship, if you don't mind sharing, were you both at the same level of embracing etiquette and manners, or is it something that one of you influenced the other?
I think Kerry might be an earshot. I better be careful what I say here.
Let's bring her on. Where is she?
Kerry was always very well brought up and went to an exceptionally good school, which instilled the same ethical behavior and manners that her mum and dad instilled in both she and her brother. And I think we really do complement one another. I mean, we do have a banter, because I am often sort of more than likely correcting Harley at the dinner table, and Kerry will say, just for one moment, can't we just have a meal where there's no correction going on? But the thing is, I'm not scolding him. It's just being consistent, and that's what it's really all about. It's about nurturing our children, not scolding them, not pointing out the negatives, really complimenting him. Yesterday evening I was just so, and again, he's my son, sure, but both Kerry and I got back from our dinner yesterday evening, and he engaged with, there just happened to be another couple who we know from the school that's celebrating their daughter's 6th birthday, and her sister's Hardy's contemporary, and their father came over to say hello to us at the table, and Hardy engaged for 10 minutes in the most beautiful conversation with the gentleman. And I can honestly say that is a very proud moment, because it's up to us as parents to instill and encourage our children to communicate and to look at parents in the eye. And so much so that if I said to Hardy, what was Ellie's dad's color of his eyes, he could say, Dad, they were blue, because this eye contact is it's a connection. And this is where we as human beings can nurture our youngsters, not scold them, not tell them off, but to compliment them when they've done such wonderful work. And it starts at home. But going back to your original question, I think Kerry and I very much complement one another right across the board. We have very similar standards, we have very similar expectations, and we are strict in a sense of their boundaries, not strict as in punishment, but their boundaries. And there's definitely we call it, towing the line.
Absolutely. And congratulations to both of you for really the life lessons that you're instilling in Harley at this age, because I want to share something with you. You really had me thinking. I am interacting with a number of young people in high school and in college. And as someone who doesn't have any children and is alone a lot, I really notice right away how I'm being treated. And yesterday there's a young woman, she couldn't have been any nicer and more respectful. And I was really taken kind of aback. And I thought, wow, how can I help you? What can I do for you? It was so nice seeing you. And I thought, her parents or whomever raised her really instilled values of etiquette and manners, and it stands out. Whereas other people won't look me in the eye. They won't even answer my questions. And I know, I'm not judging, there must be something going on. Maybe they're shy, they feel insecure. So I think what you're sharing and what you offer for people of all ages, by the way,
Absolutely.
From the British School of Excellence is really life-changing.
It is totally life-changing, and it gets noticed for all the right reasons, Dr. Jacalyn. That is the key point here. It is something that, as human beings, we have the ability to adapt, we have the ability to learn, we have the ability to bring on good habits and get rid of old habits. However, if you're not given that direction or you're not given that encouragement, you really will not progress unless you see the value in something in your own mind's eye. But 9 times out of 10, we need to give our children the most beautiful lessons. Now, you may recall Oscar Chalipsky, who I had the privilege of interviewing on Live, Learn, Teach, Inspire in March of this year. And I'm listening to his audiobook. And I would urge everyone out there to listen to this book and to read it or listen to it on Audible. But it's something that it really resonated with me. His father never put the pressure on him or threatened him. He just gave him opportunities and encouragement. In other words, Oscar started, his dad was a phenomenal paddler and he swam at the swimming bars local to their home. And he was of German background, and he said, I'm leaving the house at 6. And if Oscar wasn't there at 6, he didn't get scolded. Dad left without him. And then Oscar realized if he's not punctual, he's going to miss out. So he was there at 5 to 6 every morning and going swimming at the swimming bars. Then he talks about how his dad said, hey, they used to build these amazing surf skis. Oscar still builds these surf skis. He is a world-renowned champion because of his mindset, but because of the way he was encouraged in life. He was a talented sportsman right across the board. And on one of the occasions he wanted to get a racing bike for his birthday. And his dad said to him very off the cuff, once you've won the Nippers, Iron Nippers, which was a tournament throughout South Africa, bearing in mind South Africa wasn't allowed to compete internationally at those days, maybe the bicycle could be a really nice opportunity for you to have. And he took his first few races very nonchalantly because he was bigger than most of the lads. He was fit, he was good, but he came in second, third. And his dad one day said, I think a racing bike's looking a bit more in the distance than it is appearing to be at the moment. And that was a spurring moment for Oscar Chalipsky to really understand that he better put his best foot forward, and he better go out there and put everything he can into winning, into being a champion. And this is the same thing in human beings, is when we look at our children, it's like the small morals that we are in giving our children. It's these little morals, it's these little goals that we can give our children to understand the importance behind this.
So many incredible points that you just made. And we have a number of people asking questions, by the way, on different platforms. So I just want to acknowledge, we see that you're asking questions. We'll get to you shortly. And our guest is not here at the moment.
Unfortunately, I've just had contact where Hannah-Kathleen is. She does a lot of traveling. She was with me in London a few days ago, and she just sent me a message. There's nothing she can do, and unfortunately, we'll have to have her back as a guest. I'm going to see if she's available next week. She is the most incredible young lady, and I've had the privilege of knowing Hannah-Kathleen since 2017, and because she's on this incredible journey, and it just goes to show no one's ever at the top of their game, and she, off her own back, flew to London to spend a full day with me here in London, because she wants to make sure that she is absolutely confident and comfortable in her surroundings, but not only that, also be able to connect with anyone and everyone wherever she might be in the world. And you can imagine what it must take to get to a level where Hannah-Kathleen's got to represent Ireland as Miss International. It's a huge thing.
It absolutely is. I want to just share this screen so that people can see her website. She's not here right now, but so we're actually on her website, and here she is. She'll be joining us hopefully next week. And her accomplishments, her mindset, her perspective is truly incredible. So we'll look forward to having her back.
I mean, she's an exquisitely good-looking, beautiful woman, but she is so much more beautiful inside than what you see. I mean, yes, you know, looks are never deceiving in that respect, but for what comes from within this young lady, and she's got such a mature head on young shoulders, she really is an exceptional human being.
We look forward to having her back next week. So she was here. I just want to go over and thank people on the various platforms for asking questions. So, Encolada, nice to have you with us. Encolada Etiquette. A question Encolada asks is, do you have any suggestions on how to approach a partner who does not value etiquette and manners in the same way as you?
In my opinion, just act until you become. In other words, don't you change. Just keep encouraging, keep being you, and be patient, be kind, be caring. And again, by your acts of how you behave with other people, how you engage with other people, and if your partner sees these amazing relationships that you're building and the way that people receive you and accept you and respect you, it can only rub off in the long run. And I know that for a fact, because we've worked with so many students around the world who have asked exactly that same question. And by them being consistent and being true to themselves, and again, not judging their partner, because everyone's different, everyone's brought up slightly differently or very differently, you just continue being who you are, holding your values, your principles. There's no arrogance attached to this. It's substance. You have got lots more substance than one can actually perceive or understand. And it's letting that person realize their substance and their levels that they can take themselves to through the importance of etiquette and manners and emotional intelligence. And again, building the emotional intelligence, and again, sharing material that has served you in your life that you can potentially share with your partner, and you address it in such a way that this is something that really worked for me years ago, and it gave me X, Y, and Z, or it helped me do A, B, C. And just by little bite-sized chunks and little challenges, you can start to see these changes. And this is what this is about. It really is. It's not about the last 10 years. It's about just step by step moving forward.
Thank you, Philip. Thank you, Encolada. We'll check back and see if you have any follow-ups. A question that I have in reference to what you just shared, actually, I got some feedback from somebody on our team, and the person actually asked me, would I be open to the feedback? And I said I would, because we were talking about how to give feedback, and people have been giving me feedback even though I didn't ask. So why I bring this up is, when someone is living life one way, you're living life another way, we may be inclined to say, you know, Philip, you should do things the way I'm doing them. Or if you want to be with me, you should XYZ. Another approach would be, have you considered, or in my personal experience, I'd love to share that with you if you're open. You're open. Okay, great. I found since I started embracing a life of etiquette and manners, I feel X, Y, Z, or etc. So when I say to you, Philip, you should do X, Y, Z, how do you feel?
That would send me to the moon and back. It's something.
There he goes.
Yeah, no, seriously. It really, how we address people, so choice of words, polished language skills, it really is a huge game changer. And tonality is another game changer. And we've spoken about this on various shows throughout the last couple of years on the power of etiquette and manners. And it's what we don't say that really counts. In other words, our body language has 55% impact on our communication, 38% is our tonality, and only 7% is that spoken word. So when someone says you should, or why are you doing that, that is going to put the heckles up on anyone. That's going to put the hair up on people's backs. And that's really going to make the hair on their neck stand up, because it comes across as being attacked. And no one likes to be attacked on any level.
Absolutely. I feel exactly the same way, because lately I've had people telling me various things. You should do this. And I just think, first of all, why are you interrupting me? Do you ever notice people, you're talking and they just start talking while you're talking, and then they want to put you down for some reason and think that this is a great approach to use to get your attention?
Absolutely. I personally, I just shut down. I'll be polite, but I just shut down. I disengage. I'm not really interested in being sort of put into a situation where I feel unjustly comfortable.
Now, what do you think about this as an approach? Someone comes to you, they give unsolicited feedback, and your answer is, thank you so much for sharing that.
Yeah, fine. Thank you for sharing it. You can share whatever you want. Thank you for sharing it. Whether I decide to take that on board or not. Look, at the end of the day, Dr. Jacalyn, as you and I know, feedback, feed forward. But how do you give feedback is such a key way of helping someone improve. It's not about knocking someone down. And again, we've talked about this. Give some positives and then say, however, I think you could be so much more dynamic have you ever considered X, Y, and Z? That might be a good for you, it might not be, but I'm just throwing it out there. It is about how can we improve, and every single one of us needs to improve. We can always find a way to be better than we were yesterday, but unsolicited feedback, you can say thank you for sharing it with me and take it whichever way you want. It could be useful feedback, but when someone comes and says you should do this, this, and this, and they haven't really even made their mark in your life, or they don't really have the expertise or background to even give you any form of advice, then that really doesn't serve anyone at the end of the day.
It's very true. And Philip, you and I are in the public domain, so people can find us easily and they can throw little stones or boulders, etc. And I'm an author. I don't know what your status is as being an author. I think it's either eminent or
eminent. I've been eminent for too long. Don't even go down that road.
But as an author, people can go over to Amazon and write these reviews. They can say whatever they want. So my point being, I ask for feedback and you ask for feedback. And something that always gets me is, and I'm going to use an example of teaching fitness classes because I'm in the public domain with that as well. Every class I'll say, I'm here. I'd love to hear any feedback, just pull me aside. I even email people after taking class. Thank you for taking class. And then occasionally someone will post a negative review about my music. And I think, why didn't I asked you? I know who you are. I asked you, but you didn't tell me, but you decided to let the whole world know instead of giving me an opportunity to find out, because we're all different generations, right? Different music, different generations.
Yeah. Okay. Example for me about feedback. We had a lovely experience last night at Harley's birthday. However, the place we go to, we've been going there since its inception. It's a well-known brand in the country. It's not fine dining, but it's between brasserie and nice dining. And one could go to the internet and say, I had the X, Y, and Z experience, or I could be polite enough and courteous enough and also respectful enough to pick up the phone and find a senior person who handles feedback in that organization and open up with some positives, and then say, look, I don't want to go and put this negativity all over the internet because you don't deserve it. It's not It's not something that you have intent to upset your customers or give bad service or give whatever. It's something that we can fall down every now and then. But let's not dine out on that, excuse the pun. Let's not push someone down the loo because of one moment. And again, it goes back to, I think people have got, honestly, too much time on their hands. They're not emotionally intelligent enough. They really don't think things through. They don't understand how hard you work to run those classes, how hard the effort, the planning, the time, the energy, and the commitment, or the commitment you put into this platform, or whatever it might be. And for someone to come along and give you a form of negative feedback that actually has no relevance whatsoever, however it's going to be construed and taken the wrong way maybe by other people. My case in point is this: many years ago, and I've shared this before, we ran the Polished Professional in person for the first time, and one of our coaches from Ireland happened to be on that course, and she wasn't a coach for us at the time, Michelle, and everyone at the end of that class came up and said that was outstanding. And we are very exposed, like a lot of organizations. We're on Course Check, which is the equivalent of your what's that program? What's that platform you use for places you stay at in restaurants? It's TripAdvisor. And so we're exposed like that. And what I did on that particular day is I gave a surprise lunch. It wasn't part of the package. So we as an organization took the hit, and I just thought, let's put a nice cheeky little surprise light lunch on. Nothing that's going to break the bank, but a really nice fresh lunch. This is a 5-star hotel, so the quality of the food is not going to be poor, that's for sure. Anyway, the light lunch was served, and the feedback the next day came in: an amazing course, outstanding, blah, 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 3 stars. However, there could have been more choice at lunch.
Wow. You went above and beyond, and then somebody had to just put that little jab in there.
Lunch, were they there for the course? You know, at the end of the day. So again, when we do get feedback, because you and I are sensitive people, we take it and we go, but we've actually got to be broader shouldered than this and actually look at the insight into that feedback. Is it warranted? Is it something that even is going to give tarnish your reputation? It's exactly like, this is something else which is very upsetting, Dr. Jacalyn, is Google. You can all give reviews, and I would love people to go and do reviews on our Google, on our website, and it really does help you build your brand. And rather than tarnishing someone, send them an email. But if you've got something nice to say and you can give someone 4 or 5 stars, boom, that's amazing. But what Google also opens up to is for people to sabotage you. So for example, someone goes and gives us a 1-star rating. We've never heard of the person. She's a no one. And someone's trying to spam us. But you can't, for the love of money, ask Google to remove that. Trust me, I've got more chance of becoming pregnant. I've tried so many times to try and get rid of that 1-star review. And eventually you write back, you say, please show your face, help us understand, when did you do the course, why did you give us 1 star, and do you think you get a response from that person who's giving you the 1 star? No, they don't have the balls, they don't have the courage, or they're just a nasty person who has no other anything better to do than try and hurt other people in whatever way they can.
It's so true. And I feel your pain completely. I'm sorry that you went through that, because it's true. You can't.
It's so boring. It is.
It's well, no, I actually taught the power of elevated listening, and an organization hired me. And then one of the people who took the course, who didn't pay for it because the organization did, she filled out the survey and she wrote that it was a great course. It was this, that, and the other. And she rated me a 7, and I've never received a 7. So I was like, what? Out of 10, I got a 7. To me, that's failing. So I wrote back to the person, and I said, thank you for providing your feedback. What could I do differently? I want to know. I want to learn. Where did I miss the boat? And the person wrote back, didn't address that, and just wrote, can you send me a free copy of your book? So I wrote back, can you please provide the information, and then we can send you a book. I'd like to understand. Never wrote back. So I don't know. I don't know what goes on with people, but they don't realize the impact that a negative comment can have. What's behind it? What's behind it?
Yeah, absolutely. And this is very sad, because we all work exceptionally hard to try and do, most of us, the best we can. And, you know, some people think it's easy and they They those people that want to swan through life. That's fine. But when you put so much passion, love, and energy into what we do, because it comes from deep within, this is not a job. This is something we do to give that and make that impact, so we can potentially have a better world. We can have better understanding of how we can connect on a more dynamic level, how we can elevate other people, help other people. And I just wish every human being out there would just go out there and be kind for no reason at all. Just go and be kind and caring and thoughtful and respectful, because with all due respect, it's actually not difficult.
Very true. And I also want to leave people with this as well. When you are a business owner, you want to hear the feedback because you want to get better. You want your clients to be happy and keep coming back. So a couple of things can happen. Let's go back to your dinner scenario. Is you can create a scene. I want to speak to the manager. I want to speak to this, blah, 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 yell and scream. Other people are watching and you're creating this whole scene. Okay, that's one scenario. The next scenario is you can leave no tip or I know people who leave a penny, how insulting, and then they just never come back and they badmouth it to everyone. Or you actually, in a private moment, somehow, get the owner's information and contact that person. Are you open to the feedback? This is my experience. I'd like to give you another opportunity. I don't want to have this be our last experience together. But people don't take the time to do that. They just react. And many times it has to do with money. This is my money that I earned, et cetera, et cetera. So you already know the answer. I know the answer. What can people do to move towards that more positive way of doing things instead of just losing their temper and becoming emotional?
Put your feet in someone else's shoes. Put your feet in someone else's shoes. How would you feel if someone ranted and raved and went on at you like a banshee, and you've put everything you can to try and give support, whatever it might be? And yes, feedback helps us grow, but do it in a way that helps us grow, not knocks us, because that there is not going to help growth. That's going to help and put people into even mental health issues. We get to a stage where you take it so personally and you think, well, I must be doing everything wrong then. So it takes a big, broad shoulders to set up your own business and to run businesses at whatever level, whether you're working for someone or working for yourself. So just anyone out there, the next time you're going to give feedback, bring in the positives and make some constructive bits of feedback that they can help the company, the organization, whatever it is, grow.
Exactly. Be part of the solution. That's what I always say. What is the solution?
Absolutely.
And I want to share your website with everyone so that they have a visual of what exactly is going on. And again, Philip, your courses are for across the generations, I should say, and also for personal people who want to embrace etiquette and manners, as well as large organizations. Can you tell us more?
Absolutely, Dr. Jacalyn. I'd just love you to hover over etiquette training and see, we've just shifted the menu. Just if you put your mouse over etiquette training, there we go. What we've done is we've created this like you would do a fashion store or anything like that. It now gives you the exposure, a window that you can now click on any of those areas to then take you to the specific page that you could be interested in. And it'll share with you there from, you can see the children, you can see the teenagers, you can see the polished professional. We focus on territory mapping. In other words, how are you mapping your future out? Dining etiquette, afternoon tea, the trainer. We've got an e-learning platform, which are phenomenal, well-recorded programs. You get a certificate at the end of them. They're there for you to take on board at a very low barrier to entry. None of them are anywhere even over $100. They're 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 pounds or dollars or whatever it might be. So this is a platform for you to really engage with. We've got wonderful articles. We spend a lot of time doing research. So everything that you see on the organization shop window is there for the taking. We're an accredited organization, and we've been privileged to be featured in many newspapers, television programs. Various parts of the world have engaged with us to give them our professional input and expertise.
And here is the calendar of courses that are coming up.
That is correct.
Now, Philip, some of these are in person and some of them are virtual. Is that correct?
That is correct. So the London experience is in person. The Train the Trainer, as I said earlier, June the 10th is the first one live in London. Then the next one, Train the Trainer in August, will be online. And the Polished Professional is online. And the rest of the Train the Trainers in the year will be on Zoom.
Fantastic. Well, you certainly have done a great job with this website. And by the way, I love the fact that you've trademarked a number of your, let's come back up here. Whoops, where were we? I guess we were back home.
Etiquette's trademark, Train the Trainer's trademark, mindset and confidence, mindset, motivation, mindset and manners, as well as the power of the pen, which is still to be uploaded onto the website. We really do try and focus on being unique and very sort of forward thinking and taking the market by storm.
And what if somebody wants to actually join your team as a country partner? What does that look like?
That is where people, wherever you are in the world, if you feel that your neck of the woods, in other words, for example, we have Patrizia in Brazil, in Sao Paulo. She heads up the British School of Etiquette Brazil. We've got Loretta, who's about to launch the British School of the Bahamas, and then Loreen Phillips in Bermuda. So if you want to become a franchisee, in other words, a partner, all you need to do is reach out to us and we will guide you and steer you. We'll send you a deck to give you the overview of how you can join this wonderful organization.
And as we've said before, the people who you have as country partners are at the top of their class. The people who have taken your courses, it's so awe-inspiring. So for any of you who are out there and you've been thinking about it, contemplating it, take action. Take action right now. Go over to the British School of Excellence, sign up for the courses, get to know Philip and his team. Philip, you and I have been working together, 3 years now?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's been an incredible journey, and I'd love for other people out there to be part of the journey with the British School of Excellence. So thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Jacalyn, for all the quality time we've had together.
Well, I really appreciate it. Your contact information is here. So for people who are looking for ways to get in touch, you can go to the BritishSchoolOfExcellence.com. That's the website we currently have up right now. Or hello, HELLO, at the BritishSchoolOfExcellence.com. You also have a WhatsApp number here, Philip.
+44 780 885 9914.
Fantastic. Well, thank you as always for being here. And thank you for people. We still have some additional questions we didn't get to, but we're going to close out now with another one of my favorite clips, which is testimonials from the British School of Excellence. So let's take a look. Philip, I wish you a blessed day. And thank you everyone for being here. Watch this clip. You're going to learn. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
This program is brought to you in part by the British School of Excellence and founder, Mr. Philip Sykes, building confidence, changing lives. Do you share our view that etiquette is a set of modern life skills that are essential for personal and professional success? Join us as an etiquette coach and change people's lives through the power of etiquette and manners.
The last few days have been really amazing. I had a trainer course from the British School of Etiquette.
And I must say it's been one of the best decisions I've ever made and one of the best investments I've made in my own training and development. Now, words alone will not describe the transformation and the positive path that I have traveled with the British School of Etiquette.
I find I learned a lot from the lessons this time I came.
The last few days with the British School of Etiquette have been fantastic.
And what I've learned now is really beyond my expectations.
This is the most rewarding experience and the best investment I have made this year.
It was just great. I learned so much, and when I go back to Belgium I will incorporate a lot of it into my day-to-day life and business.
It's been absolutely wonderful for the whole week that we were here.
I feel transformed, and I feel like blowing a trumpet and tell people, come and do this school, this class is the best, this is the best school ever.
You should take it. It will change your life immediately.
I am now able to teach other people how to bring the best of them.
Thank you.
Thank you, BSD.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you to our clients for their testimonials on the Train the Trainer program. Our exponential and global growth is so significant that we've evolved from the British School of Etiquette to the British School of Excellence, where we're investors in people. Let us invest in you and your career. Contact us to become an etiquette coach. Go to thebritishschoolofexcellence.com. Start your career and elevate your success today.